We'll start with thoughts on this afternoon's match, and we'll take some questions from the group.
I thought Arizona State played great. I thought they were very aggressive in everything they were doing. They outworked us. They were more intentional with what they were doing. I thought their energy was better. They were better prepared than us, and they just outplayed us really in every facet of the game, and good for them. I think there's a lot of things we can learn from this, and I hope it's something that we can take forward going into the next weekend.
You mentioned that there's a lot of things that you can learn from this. In your eyes, I know you haven't reassessed the game and seen the film overall, but in your eyes, what did you see out there and things that you guys could work on?
I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, I think just consistency in what we do. Attention to detail, I think, is really important, especially defense, offense. And I think in between the ears serving today, I thought we were just really cautious. And that's a team that runs a really fast offense. They're a good passing team. You really have to push them with your serve. And if you're not willing or capable of doing it, then you're in for a match like that. We weren't doing that. So I think that's something we're gonna have to get over, especially especially home. We should be much more comfortable in our own gym, and we didn't look that way.
Just seemed like the defense, their defense today was really hard to stop, and then they converted that into that fast offense. Just what was it maybe, Mimi, about the block today that gave you guys some issues in their floor defense to score?
Yeah, I think they do a really good job at just protecting low in the seam where they show, and I don't think we did necessarily a great job on doing our no looks. I think we were just right into that block a lot, and obviously that's not very helpful at all. I think they just, they're very good at what they do, both the block and their defense. I think that worked out well for them today.
And Matt, this is a very different Arizona State team than you guys might have seen in the past couple seasons. They did do a good job of kind of keeping some of those key players. They lost a couple of key players that I know you guys saw a couple weeks ago. But just what about maybe this team is different than maybe other Arizona State teams that you might have played in the past? Oh,
I think their serve receive. I would say that was probably a weakness for them in the past, and it's a big strength for them right now. Again, we had such a hard time getting setter off the net. And when we did, I thought they kept their composure really well and just made some good shots and challenged us to move on defense. And we weren't very quick of foot today in order to go make those plays. So I thought they just kept the pressure on. They've always been a good serving team in the past few years, and Marta on the right side has always given us a hard time. I actually thought we did okay with her today. I mean, she still scored, but I thought we were good at okay. But for us, I thought their defensive intensity and their serve receive was a big step up for them.
And another really active setter in Shannon Shields. I feel like maybe might have been one of the most active setters that you guys have seen so far this season. Just how do you think that you contain her? Anything that you want to maybe get better back looking forward? How do you rate that defense?
Yeah, I thought she just made really great choices. I thought she read our defense really well. She put the ball in good spots. Again, I thought we were slow reacting and in slow anticipating. There wasn't anything I think that we weren't prepared for as far as what we knew what was coming. It was just really hard for us to still execute the game plan against it.
The impact of Gabby and some of the angles she scored at seemed like they were helpful. Obviously, in the big picture, not enough to overcome some of the other issues. But what do you think of the way the impact she had?
Yeah, I mean, Gabby's had a great month, it feels like. I mean, she's her connection with Hannah's been really strong. She really understands the game well. She's got great feel. She can use the whole court. And I thought, the last few weeks she's been hitting with more power, which is encouraging, for her. So, I thought, she was going in with intent to score, and I think that was really important, and then make good choices with it. We just need more people that will read the defense, better enough so that they can be successful too.
You talked a little bit in the past couple of weeks about Kobe Neal and how excellent she's been at practice. She got out there a little bit today, 2 for 2 on her swings. What did you like out of her moments?
Oh, I loved her energy. Again, my favorite play was the play out of the net that she popped up and we got another swing off of. And again, I thought those were the types of plays that ASU was making the whole match, and we didn't quite as much, which normally that's a calling card for us, So I think they were more willing. But Colby, I thought, did a great job with that. Our middle offense, we didn't really have much today. They were serving us tough, but I still felt like we shied away from our middles, which is a strength for us. But we got Colby a couple balls there, which is great to see and see her performance. She's going up against her sister, so that was a neat battle.
Mimi, I know you guys probably tried to make some adjustments between set to set just to kind of stop them. What do you feel like from a player's perspective was some of the things that maybe just got in your guys' way of making those adjustments that you were trying to make?
Yeah, I think that we are so good, and I think that we thought we could kind of will our way into that win. And I don't think we were necessarily, like you said, making the adjustments that we should have. We weren't sticking to the game plan. They, like you said, like such a fast offense, like we need to get our hands over, and our block just wasn't great today. And just we allowed them too many good points, and yeah.
Seems like they also attacked the deep corners on your guys' defense. Just kind of what are you taking away, maybe for some things that you want to work on, being back there in the middle back, being in charge of those deep corners and balls that go high off the block?
Yeah, a big thing we're working on right now is just staying low on defense. We have a tendency to, play goes on, we stand up taller, we're trying to, and we can't move that way. So I think just really staying lower on defense is going to be a big help for us.
Matt, you guys played such a tough preseason schedule against some really good teams. This is a couple ranked matchups here where it hasn't gone your way. Would you have thought that maybe some of that experience you got early in the year might have led to some better outcomes in these matches?
I think we are not lacking for experience. I think just because you have experience doesn't mean you're always going to make good choices. Doesn't mean you're always going to learn from your experience. Doesn't mean you're always going to use it for your benefit. Again, in both of these matches, Washington State, the other ranked one, and this one, even Arizona, even Washington. Every one of our home matches right now, Oregon State, we've come out pretty flat. And again, you let teams believe they can play with you, and we just have this. We're just not executing very well in the beginning of matches, and that's on me. I got to figure out how to do something different to get a different response from us. But again, they have that belief, and we're having to fight back. And again, just like Arizona, we fought back, but this time we didn't get the win, and so you don't carry that mojo over to the second one. So we're gonna have to do a much better job of that again, especially at home. We were so strong at home last year, so it's really interesting to me to see that we are a little more tentative here than we've been on the road. I'm not sure why that is, but I won't sleep tonight trying to figure it out.
Just staying on that topic, Arizona State did fall to Oregon State on Friday. Just how much discipline and mental toughness do you have to have right now in this league with where all the teams are at in the Pac-12?
Yeah, I've always loved coaching in this league. I think it's really fun for a player and really hard for a coach because everybody is so good, and any night they can get you. Doesn't matter who they are. They're all very talented. Again, I think if you look at like RPI, everybody's in the top 90. Everybody, And we could probably have 10 to 11 teams in the tournament, but we're going to beat each other. So that'll knock people around. But it's a great league to prepare you, for the end. And our non-conference schedule was to prepare us for the league, which I think it has done. Obviously today was a bad day, but I think we know what we have to do to be successful. We just absolutely did not execute today at the level that we needed to beat a good team.
Any more questions?
It just seemed like today, too, you guys have been so reliant on your middles. They've just been dominant for you kind of the previous weeks. And it seemed like today you guys just had a hard time. Do you feel like it was just because of your guys' passing, the defense, that was hard to get them involved? Or what did you feel like it was that kind of held them back today?
I felt like we were rushed. Everything felt rushed to me. Like it never felt like we took a breath to calm down and make good choices. It just felt like everything was kind of panicky. And their style of play, they serve aggressive and then they're playing fast, so you can get caught up in that rhythm. So I just never felt like we got in our own offensive rhythm. Maybe a spurt there at the end of the third finally felt somewhat like we got to our footing, but everything just felt very rushed. And then when that's happening, it's really hard to get your middles involved. So, I'm not sure why that was. I understand the factors, but we got to do a better job of playing our own game.
Yep.
I'll ask one more. Just, Mimi, kind of where do you go from here? After just a tough loss, definitely not the way that you guys wanted to play. Just what are you, as a young leader on this team of a lot of veterans, do to kind of pick the team up and get ready to go for this next week?
Yeah, I think today, I think we are so physically capable of, really beating anyone. And I think today was just, we got to I think it's all mental. Like, we got to stick to the game plan. We got to do this. We got to know that, this is what we have to do in order to win. I don't think we did that today. And I think really just kind of understanding throughout this next week, gearing up for these next 2 matches, like, that's really something we got to stress.